Quickly before we dive into today's episode, if you're a coach and you're craving clear direction, a simple plan to feel confident about exactly what to focus on to launch and grow your business, then make sure you grab a copy of my free Spacious Business Blueprint. It's a simple one-page roadmap and it comes with a 7-minute mini training and walks you through the exact 7 steps to design a simple, effective client attraction system without all the overwhelm and guesswork. So head to the link in the show notes to grab your copy and we'll dive into today's episode. You've probably heard lots of people in the online coaching space saying that personal branding is going to be vitally important in 2026 and beyond. But if hearing that makes you feel the pressure to be sharing more of your life than feels comfortable or performing confidence instead of actually feeling authentic and grounded, and you feel, especially as a health, wellness or personal development coach, where your integrity, your nervous system safety and embodiment matter so much to you, the pressure to show up more can start to feel misaligned very quickly. But what if building a strong personal brand in 2026 didn't require you to make more noise or get more exposure for yourself or fry your nervous system? But what if it actually required more clarity, more boundaries, consistency without hustle, and calmer leadership? If that sounds good to you, then that's exactly what we're unpacking today. Welcome to the Life First Coaching Business Podcast, where ambitious, purpose-led coaches trade hustle and burnout for simplicity, freedom, and clients who light them up. I'm Leonie, ex-architect and business owner turned business coach. If you're craving a business that feels spacious, joyful, and actually fun, you're in the right place. Each week, we'll be diving into the strategies, the systems, and the mindset you need to make your coaching business work for you. So let's dive in. Hello and welcome back to the podcast, or if you're new here and this is the first time you're tuning in, welcome. Today we are going to talk about building a personal brand in a way that actually supports your nervous system, aligns with your values and works around your real life without feeling the pressure to be constantly online or sharing your whole life. If you're a health, wellness or personal development coach who deeply cares about integrity, embodiment, and creating safe spaces where your clients can create amazing changes in their lives, then you probably know that personal branding matters. You're a coach, you are the brand in your business. But if you don't want to turn your life into content and you don't want to be glued to your phone all day, but you know you want to be visible for your business, you know you want to connect with the clients that are right for you and who you can really impact and help. You want to build trust. You want your work to reach people who genuinely need it. So today I want to gently reframe what personal branding actually means and how to build one that feels grounded, sustainable, and aligned for you. So we're going to talk about why it matters more than ever in 2026, how to create a strong brand that feels aligned for your nervous system, and how to be memorable without being loud or feeling like you're performing for the algorithm, so that you're building real connection and community. And we'll talk about how to share without oversharing or burning yourself out as well. So let's dive into all that juicy content. So first of all, why does personal branding matter so much in 2026? It's a crowded space online, as I've already mentioned, and we also now have AI content everywhere. AI can generate endless content in the click of a button. Everyone has access to endless information at their fingertips, prompts, captions, framework. Attention is very fragmented and information is really starting to lose its value. But trust is in stark supply, you could say. It's more fragile than ever. What you have to remember as a coach is people aren't just buying information from you. They're not just buying your frameworks and your knowledge. They're buying a relationship. They're buying trust. They're trusting you with their nervous system, their healing, their growth, their identity shifts, their vulnerability. So when someone comes across your brand, whether that's on social media, a blog that you've written, a podcast you've published or you've guested on, they're subconsciously asking themselves, do I feel safe with this person? Do I trust this person? Do they feel aligned to me? Do they feel grounded or chaotic? Do they feel embodied or performative? Do they communicate clearly or vaguely? And do they live what they teach? So your personal brand really needs to communicate your leadership, your values, and your credibility. That's what you're there to present and show up. It's you. It's exactly who you are. It's how you coach. It's what you believe in. So it doesn't have to be about sharing your whole life, but it's really about clearly getting across your vibe, is a simple way of putting it. So in a world where content is abundant, what actually is going to stand out is your clarity in your message and your beliefs and your points of view. Consistency. If you can be consistent in less places rather than trying to spread yourself thin and be everywhere, that will build trust with your audience. If they know where you're showing up, how you're showing up, if they can expect you to be there, then that presents calm leadership. It aligns hopefully with your energy that you can choose, okay, this is where I want to show up. This is how I want to show up. This is the cadence and the rhythm I want to show up with. And create something that feels good to you and that you can do consistently. And that's going to help you build a trust with your audience. So the important thing that you want to do is build a brand that becomes the energetic and emotional container that people step into before they ever work with you. So you really want that cohesiveness between what working with you is like and what your marketing and content is like, so that people know what they're getting and the tin reflects what's inside the tin. So personal branding is not becoming an influencer, sharing every detail of your personal life, being constantly visible, performing confidence or whatever you feel your clients want to see. It's simply the way people experience your thinking, your energy, your values, and your leadership consistently over time. And consistently doesn't mean every day. It means a regular cadence so that people know when you're going to be showing up, or they can trust that you'll be there, however that looks for you. So when someone engages with your work, they're going to be feeling into, do I feel calmer or more activated after listening to this person? Do they simplify or complicate the process for me? Do they feel grounded in reality? Do they communicate with clarity and responsibility? Do they respect boundaries? So these are all the things that probably feel very aligned to you as well. And that should be calming for your nervous system in thinking, I care about all these things. My clients care about all these things too. And the people that you want to be attracting will care about the same things as you. And it's okay to be repelling the people that don't resonate with your values and your energy and your vibe. So getting clear on how you want to show up and then feeling calm in the fact that there's no pressure to be doing it constantly every single day or pushing those boundaries that just don't feel good for you in your body. So in the wellness space, especially, your brand is a felt experience. You might become known for making nervous system work practical and accessible, or bringing grounded structure to spiritual growth, or translating complex health concepts into simple habits. So those things are personal branding. Those things that you become known for, what your audience thinks about when they think about your brand. It's not solely about the aesthetics or trends or how polished your reels are. It's about the essence that you bring to your area of expertise. It's about your unique perspectives and views on your area of expertise. It's how you do things in a way that's unique to you or personal to you. So how to create a strong, aligned personal brand in 2026? It starts with alignment, not with strategy. And there are 3 foundations. So I've touched on them already, but your perspective. So ask yourself, what do I believe about my area of expertise? What do I see talked about in my industry or in my area of coaching that I disagree with? How do my methods or processes or beliefs differ from the mainstream? What patterns do I constantly see in my clients? What do I gently challenge in my industry? What do I simplify for people? So these are the things that you really want to get clear on, your beliefs and how you're communicating that and what matters to your clients. So let those beliefs really shape your voice. And this is what I help my clients do when it comes to building their niche and their messaging. is really baking those points of view into the communication of how you help people and how you help people create a transformation, and why your way is better for your ideal clients than the other things that they might be exploring or trying or hearing about. The second thing you want to get clear on is your values and your boundaries. So intentionally deciding what you share and what stays private. And you can do this by thinking, okay, are there 2 or 3 aspects outside of my coaching business life that I could share that are relevant to my ideal clients? And then that's your container for that connection piece and getting to know your clients. And that can be different for everyone. And everyone's got a different limit to how much they like to share. And you don't have to feel the pressure to do what everyone else is doing. If you're a health coach, then it might be your own health habits. It might be your morning routine. It might be your favorite meals or the way that you prep your meals. And those are still relevant to your business, and they're part of your real life, the things that you are actually implementing in your life. And that can be the things that you share. Maybe you also have a completely unrelated hobby and you could share some of that as well. Or maybe you love to travel and you might share some of your travel experiences from time to time. So decide what feels good for you, what will help you connect with your ideal clients and help them feel like they've gotten to know you a bit. Because all those things do help someone feel like they can just get in touch with you when they're ready to work with you. But you want to do that within your own boundaries. Because I think when we're creating life first businesses, we then don't want to be spending our lives thinking, oh, I need to create content. If you're really clear on what you're going to share and you've got a container around it, you can be much more intentional around it. And then you can just switch off when it's time to switch off and get on with your life and not think about that. So think about, how often do you want to be visible? What pace feels sustainable? What's going to protect your energy? And remember that you don't owe anyone access to your nervous system, your life, your inner world. It's just about what you want to share. You can create a highly successful business without having to share your whole life online. You might see other people doing it and think that's the key to their success, but it's really not. And you get to decide what that looks like for you. And that might change over time as well. You might become more protective of your space, or you might become less boundaried with it over time. And that's absolutely fine as well. So just decide, what does it look like for you in this next phase of your business? And make some clear decisions around it and how you're going to build it into your strategy in a way that feels good. And then that's it. That's all you have to think about. And then the third element of building your personal brand is sharing your lived experience of your area of coaching. Client stories without sharing any private information. You can share the patterns you're seeing. You can share stories of things that have happened with your clients or in your own life related to your area of coaching, your methods and the things that you do to support your clients that have also worked for you, and what changes you've seen in your own life, whether that's in the past or ongoing. So just showing that you live what you do and how it's helped you or how it's helped your clients. So those 3 things are really going to help you build that personal brand. It's your perspectives and your points of view, elements of your life, creating those boundaries around what you're going to share from your world, and your lived experiences when it comes to your area of coaching. And then next you can think about how to be memorable without being loud. And I think particularly as women, particularly if you're in Australia, New Zealand, like I am, even though I'm originally from the UK, tall poppy syndrome. But actually you need to be memorable, because people aren't going to see you once and buy from you. They need to keep coming back. And if you're not memorable, it's really hard for them to do that. And memorability doesn't come from being the loudest or being the most out there. It comes from that clarity and that consistency. And people remember how you make them feel, the things that you repeat. So having that clear message that you repeat again and again, the way that you frame things, your energy, your presence, and your core message. So that clarity is really, really what's going to help you be memorable. Clarity and consistency. So again, take off that pressure of being the loudest, the person who's pumping out the most content, and just think, okay, I need to get clear on what I'm saying, how I'm saying it, and then repeat it. in whatever cadence and rhythm works for me. And then having trust in attracting your ideal clients by showing up authentically and being clear on those values and points of view. And knowing that being clear and steady will build that trust, and that consistency will build that personal brand and build that identity. And the things that are really importantly going to support your personal brand in 2026 is building real connection and building community. And that doesn't mean that you have to have, a huge audience, or you have to have a membership, or, a community in that way. But it's about people feeling that connection to you wherever you're sharing your content, and therefore feeling like they're part of something with you when they're showing up to hear your message. So it doesn't come from oversharing. It comes from naming what those people are actually experiencing, speaking to their inner world, creating space for conversation so it feels easy for people to reach out to you and have a conversation, and being consistent over time. So when you're holding those safe containers for people and you are showing up with consistency, they trust you, they're getting some small insights into your life, then they're going to feel like they can reach out, they can chat to you. You'll be memorable. You're the person who comes to mind when they've decided to move and take action and invest in themselves. Remember that you're just mirroring the way you already hold space for your clients. You're just doing it at scale. And that doesn't mean that you're giving away loads of free coaching. It just means that you are that trustworthy person that they can reach out to and they can share if they want. A simple way to bring this all together is ask yourself, does this serve my audience and my nervous system? Is this valuable to my audience? Is this going to make them feel seen, feel heard, feel closer to solving their problem than they have been? And then you can share lessons, patterns, reflections, integrated insights. You don't need to share anything that doesn't feel safe and calm for you. If you're just starting out in your business, it's always going to feel uncomfortable, putting yourself on video or showing up if you've never done it before. So you've got to take those incremental steps to do it and find, okay, what's the next step that feels safe to me? And as I said, it's going to change and expand over time, but really find those simple things that you feel confident to share, and know that it's just about personal connection. It's just about being relatable to people, and for people to then feel like you're someone they can reach out to, have a conversation with. And of course, you want to decide on the level of professionalism that you're bringing to your content as well, because there should be consistency between your marketing and the actual experience of working with you. It's really about building that clarity in your foundations, which is exactly what I'm all about helping my clients do. It's what the launch kit helps my clients do, to get really clear on those foundations of your niche, your message, your signature offer, your sales strategy. So if that's something that you're working on this year and you need more solid foundations in your coaching business, or you're just starting out and you want to build those foundations properly from the start, then be sure to check out the launch kit, and I'll include the link to that in the show notes. So I hope this resonated for you. I hope it's given you some inspiration and motivation for focusing on your personal brand in 2026. If you're building a coaching business, people need to feel like they're getting to know you. You can't just be a faceless account, whether you're marketing yourself on social media or off social media. Your face needs to be there. People need to hear your message from you. Hopefully this makes you feel like you can do it in a way that feels good, that feels authentic, that feels calm, and doesn't burn you out. If you love this episode, please share it with another coach who you know will find it useful, and send me a DM. Let me know your biggest takeaway. I always love to hear from you, and have a fantastic week, and I'll talk to you again soon.